Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines 2, where we're now witnessing what we set up in the last episode, and that is the brand new train lines that run all the way to Oak Bay. They now run parallel with the highway that we implemented, which we've greatly improved, might add, and today is no different with the expansions. I want to set up a few things that will kind of alleviate more pressures, but also provide more opportunities and abilities. And also at the same time, I want to expand the wood industry. We've now unlocked lots of land that we can now access with relative ease, which is going to allow us to produce more wood for what this region is known for. Guys, if you are enjoying the series so far, please make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, what are we going to be doing today? Well, one of the things I want to do today is I want to create 2 additional roads that run up to this highway line, because we are noticing at some times, I won't say all the time, but you get a little bit of traffic here and there. We kind of solved this, but there wasn't really an issue to begin with anyway. But what it kind of shows us is we need more lines running up. There is an outside of the region connection just over there. And as we start building more up here, I want to get the road situated, be able to access all this land, and it will kind of make Sycamore Woods a little bit more accessible rather than just driving down a new highway. Also, Oak Bay needs some form of cargo distribution within the vicinity. So just like how we've dotted around the odd little kind of cargo train terminal there's one over there right now which we utilize to store a load of goods locally. We kind of need to do it for Oak Bay. I've got some ideas. We're going to try and implement them. It's going to be interesting. So I think we'll start with this first. What I've kind of come to think or have an idea of is building it here. This might sound wild, but the only reason I want to build it... Oh, hello. The only reason I want to build it here is solely because what I have to do to get the train line connected. There is no other reason apart from I kind of like what I've got to do here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a train line that bends around and then goes under and in. Just solely because of this bend means I want to place it here, but we're going to have to now rejig the whole little riverbed that we created last episode. So here is the actual train, cargo train line station here. I'm not too sure how far to kind of run it up. Do I take it all the way over there, or is just here enough? I think around about here might be enough. I might actually place it there, which means configuring the whole riverbed all over again. Oh, it's a shambles, isn't it, boys? One day, I will eventually figure out what I need to do. So let me get rid of the water. And let me now just rejig all of this. So level the terrain, bring the brush size down. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring it this way. And you know what? We'll take it round like that, okay? So cover all this up. And I'm hoping this is enough. I'm hoping that this is going to be enough right now. Right. La-dee-da, la-dee-da. There we go. Say goodbye to the old riverbed. And let me just quickly soften this area because now it's a little bit all over the place. I'll go bigger brush size. Right, there we go, there we go, there we go. Right, is that enough to get it in? It is. Nice. I'll redo all the water with the trees in eventually. So don't worry too much just yet. So with having it here then, it means we're going to need some type of a connection to the highway. Or I could solely let them run into there, which is going to be a bad idea. Now, we do have this junction here that kind of swoons in quite nice. Is it time that maybe I think about upgrading this? Maybe changing it to some type of a roundabout, which then gives me my connection coming in. It probably would be a better idea. So what I'll do is I'll pause. And I'll delete there. I'll delete to there. And let me now just run this. Going pretty much straight. There we go. And where are we going to throw down this? Now, the entry point is on the opposite side, but I'm like 99% sure that they can also drive on the other side. Right, okay. So if I ran this going a little bit further down, and the sole reason for that is I can then choose this point as being the entry. And then that should allow me, if I bring that up, right, we'll decide the rest of it, to pretty much create the perimeter road. Where am I going right now? I need the roads. The perimeter road for the train station. So if I bring this down, so that's going to be a 63 by 64. That's fine by me. And then bend you in. So we've moved it further back a little bit, which is fine. That'll give us a little bit more space. We'll drop around about here as well. So we'll go for a decent size one. Do I go for like the very large one? Oh, I don't know if that's going to be too much. But then again, we might eventually add more road. I'll go for that size. That we should be able to get away with that. Right, so let them now navigate and do what they've got to do. Fingers crossed that works in our favour. I can't put this then in until... Where's it gone, the train? Until I've kind of done the other side. So let me just kind of figure out real quickly. I would want it to go about there. So we need to go a little bit further up. Right, I'm going to go to there. It is what it is. And I'm going to do an alley-style road. Just for the sake of it. Let me just kind of play around with the ideas. So if that went like that. And then I did my alley-style road going down as well. Pushed you across. Got my perimeter on the go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful right now. So, I probably have other roads. I'll allow that road to maybe continue over. Is it too close to this, do we think? Let me see where this would run if I was to continue this road. I might not continue this road. That's the other side as well. Let me kind of play around with what it kind of looks like. Is there any reason for me to continue this road? I don't think there is at the minute, so we'll just kind of kill that off. Don't worry about anything else. I just want to now figure out the train line connection. So the whole reason for this going here right now is solely based on what I want to do here. Now, I need to try and figure this out to where it bends round and then skedaddles up in this direction. So no matter what happens, I need it to run. I'm going to say about there. So I've got to get this to bend round to skedoodle all to here. This is going to be very interesting. So we'll start here. And we've gone for a 108. Where's the snap there? 108 by 112. That should work. We'll do a 104. Where's the 90 degree? It's about there. By a 104. I'll do a 104. By a 104. Right, okay. This is weirdly got almost exactly, can't even English to where I need to be. Right, we'll anarchy this. So that is an 84 by an 80. Oh my goodness me. That is going to be glorious to watch my cargo trains go right around. So I've done double train tracks, by the way. Because this then allows us, I've got to slightly rejig all of this. This will allow us to have multiple trains, one waiting before they then go single lane into the actual station itself. So what I'll do here is we'll bend like that and then run you in. Right. Now, of course, we don't have any other type of connection over here right now. We have no power, we have no sewage, we have nothing. What we'll do really quickly for the power side of things is we'll upgrade the highway to have power, which should give us power, right? Yeah. And then, of course, we'll do the sewage, which we are pretty much there. Just got to do a little connection like that. That's then all up and running. Now, we technically don't have any train lines running to it, but they will now start using this to store goods in. So expect a lot of traffic, okay? We got to expect a lot of traffic. We'll do a cargo line right now. So do I just do it directly outside of the region? I think so. I mean, also, we could also add in 2 extra sets of tracks. Have I done that anywhere else? I know I've got one over there. I've now got one over here. I've got one. I think I did this one 2 sets of tracks, didn't I? So I'll utilize this going directly to the airport. Why not? Back and forth beautifully. Where are we? Keep it simple. Now, that brand new train line is going to drop out 2 trains. I'm only going to do 1. And then I'm not sure where it's going to spawn the train from. It actually might do it over here. Yeah, there we go. It's coming out over there, which is glorious. So there we go. We got a little bit of cargo locally. This whole area might eventually change. And it also could eventually lead us to building maybe a little bit of industry around here. Who actually knows at this point? I don't know. So we'll have a little bit of a fast forward then, because 100% this area is going to get so busy as all of a sudden we start storing the goods locally. But also all the businesses around here now have a quick and easy way to import and export their own goods. So the initial hype, the initial traffic will look like it's a negative thing, but once it dies down and evens out, we should be all good. We should be all good, boys. He says. He says, he says, he says. Now, we might need alternative ways to get over here. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but we'll figure it all out. We will figure it all out. Do not worry. Right, in the meantime then, let that just kind of tick along. I want to extend the roads leading up to the kind of a small little kind of highway connection. Now, we're definitely going to bring it off this road. That's a given. We'll lead that in. And I've got to pick one of these roads here. Now, the awkward thing for me is double lane goes into a single lane. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that one. So let me just play around with this one first. It needs to be a highway style road. And if I pick a spot like that, so just picking a random spot. Oh, what happened? Boy, what happened? Wait, come on. Right, to there. To there, and then we're going to go for a nice little bendy wendy. So a 143 by a 144 will take. And that runs in quite nice. So keeping it really simple. There's no need to overcomplicate it. More of a direct route access. Beautiful. But this one's going to be the painful one, but it gives me now the ability to access all this land with relative ease. Right, let me take a quick look over here. There is wood being stored. Of course, there's wood and timber and paper being stored right now. It's our biggest export. It is. Oh, actually, this might be beneficial for the paper mill down here. Because they're just got to drive out. I mean, to be honest, they've got to drive out to go round or this way. I don't know which will be quicker for them. But I would like to see a cargo train go round the bend. Where's the cargo train then? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It is currently... Where is it? Route. Ah, it's coming through right now. Right, let's see. I want to actually see it go around the bendy wendy. But look at all the goods it's bringing right now to store there locally. Right, here we go, boys. This should be interesting. I'm actually really excited about this. Right, here I go, boys. Here I go. Round it goes. Whee! I love it. I actually love it. It's so good. It's so good right now. Right, lots of goods stored nearby. And this might become quite a little busy area, but not bad, not bad, not bad. Right, anyone using my new road? Yeah, there's a few vehicles using it. And let's pick a point over here then. So how am I going to do this then? This is the issue because of the width of the building and the width we've got set up over here. It doesn't really kind of bode well in our favor. We kind of have to almost stagger it. But what would be the better connection? I suppose either one of them don't really matter. But I think I might go for this one. Now if I put you there, upgraded that, it does mess up the whole building. But I'm wondering if I spin it right round. Actually, there was a reason it was on that side, wasn't there? Right, there was a reason it was on that side. I'm now thinking, right, rather than coming off there, we have an actual highway bending round. What if I create a connection here on the highway that allowed us to... Oh, we could do a triangle. Ooh! Didn't quite think of that, did we? What if I had that road there also come down, bend round, and then we did like the world's greatest triangle? Right. That has now just sparked my interest even more. So I'm going to do this road here. That was a complete and utter random placement. But let's just see what I could do here. Now, how far do I take it? So there's our snap. Where is that? Right, we're going to pick it about... So 139... That is one hell of a bend right there. Is that too much of a bend is the question. Oh, I don't know. I feel like that might be a little bit too close to the junction. So what I'll do is I'll bring it a little bit closer. Okay. And then we'll go from here. I'm going to pick... We'll pick there. How does that look? I don't know if that's good or not. For a bend. It's a tough one, isn't it? It is a tough one. But if I then come off this... And that's a 150 by a 148 we can deal with. So a little bit of a tri-bend right there. It's not the most efficient, but I don't expect there to be a lot of traffic. Now, what do you guys reckon? A small one like this, or should I have gone really big? Let me know in the comment section down below what I probably should have gone ahead and done. We'll implement... the road coming off that. So let me run this straight. Right, there we go. I might eventually add in some character into it. I could add in some character now, couldn't I? We'll go like that, and then where's the bend taking place here? So that would be a 188. Yeah, we'll go there. That's great. And then delete back, throw a nice little bend in. And that makes Sycamore actually closer to an outside region connection. Right, 160. Because all of a sudden now, it can go directly out there. I mean, it could anyway, but it had to either drive all the way around. And until I created this connection here, it would either then go in this way, then down and in. Now, it's got a more dedicated route. So I wonder how quickly... Oh, hello. You're going straight out right there. I wonder how, like, utilized these roads are going to be. But without anything else, it gives me access to all this space. Right, that is not as busy in terms of road traffic as I thought it was going to be. We do need more goods being stored locally, which means that train will forever be busy. It's bringing a load of new goods over again, so it will take a couple of journeys, but once it's all fully filled up, it will just then be just topping up with every delivery after that. Right, this is fantastic, boys. I'm really happy with these minor improvements to the road network, but give me access to all these brand new areas. I'm a little bit dubious about this, though. But I think it's better than connecting indirectly to this, because it's on the highway. So it probably makes a little bit more sense. Right, not enough customers, so I think Sycamore needs a little bit of a residential expansion. And we'll go for some... I don't want to do mixed zoning. We'll do normal zoning right now. And we'll throw a few in. So what I'll do is a 3 by a 2, a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 3. Okay, we're not getting it all in, but that adds a little bit of character. Let me fill it all in. Ooh. Fill you all in. 3 there. I'll do a 2 and a... Ooh, okay, we're getting some interesting little setups now. So that should add a little bit more character to the area. The building shouldn't be that big. Oh, it's a car crash already. Interesting. But Sycamore has become a little bit more desirable in many ways. There's so many more little space and areas we've still got to fill up. I didn't really want to do any like high-rise buildings on this side. I feel like we've got the right size of buildings on this side on the go, as you can tell. So they're multi-units. So them southwest ones are probably perfect for this scenario. All right, fill that up a bit more. I'm going to fill this up a bit more. Fill this up a bit more. There we go. They're not tall buildings, so you get the vibe that this is the downtowny side of the town, and that's more the suburb side. But that should give us a few more customers anyway, with more people living, you know, more locally. We'll go with now some row housing for the southwest. Where's the row housing? There we go. It's right in front of my face, and we'll fill all this up here. Go a little bit crazier there. So you get some row house style just there around the all of the commercial. So we'll see a bunch of traffic now moving in. We might actually see more vehicles on this highway we just built because they're initially moving into the area. Right, I like it. Gives me lots of greenery space as well to plant down a bunch of trees. Very happy about that. Very happy. Right, so what is the population so far of Sycamore? It's only 6,000 residents. When you compare that to somewhere like Oak Bay, which is 20,000, downtown Redwood is 24,000. Redwood is 3,000, so Sycamore is double Redwood. Interesting. What is Piper Mills? 1,000, Derby, 1,600, Beechwood, 2,000. Beechwood's got more population than Derby and Piper Mills, individually. I wouldn't have said that. But then it's the type of building, though, isn't it? It is the type of building. Right. Okay. Okay. So those little row houses, they do provide up to 8 residents in some of them. So that gives us, when you multiply all that, it's a lot of people who can then start buying goods from these stores. So hopefully eventually they stop complaining. You've got to hope so anyway. You've got to hope so. Right, you need more customers? I'll fill in these little gaps here. So we'll do some normal southwest housing around these parts now, where we'll start to kind of like sprawl it out a little bit. There we go. Nice chunky boy there. And we'll do the southwest medium style. We'll do it just there as well. And then that's it. I'll leave that for now, because I don't want to overload it too much in these areas. Damn, them trains just zoomed right in, didn't they? They really did. Right, so I just want to keep double checking we're okay here. We're not overloading it. I think that's perfect. Sycamore benefits from this one over here, which has just dropped a load of goods off as well. And how much stuff are we still needing then? So we still need a few more items. A train is now just delivering a bunch of goods as we speak. And off it goes again. So it's got a lot of goods it's still got to store nearby. And hopefully it will eventually get to that point. Right, nice. So, after all that then, I can't remember the last time we checked on employment. It is actually not too bad. Okay, we can live with that. We can live with that. So, I'm now going to take a look at filling this area here up. Now, I'm going to do it as one big place. So I'm going to build a road coming off this. So we'll do a nice little dirt road. And we'll go about there. Bring you all the way down. So a nice long dirt road on the approach. And then do I do one over here? Now we'll just stick with this one because this will be quite a large little area to work with. We're now going to throw in the forestry. We've got Anarchy turned on, so we're all good there. And we're going to go a little bit OTT now. So give us a little bit of a perimeter. Let me turn off the snapping real quick. A little bit of a perimeter going around. So it just gives us space if I eventually turn it into a 4-lane highway. It's not going to eat into my forestry area. There we go. Right, this is going to be huge. We're already up to, what are we up to so far? 2.6 KT. I'm not sure what the KT stands for. And let me go around the waterfront. This is huge. This is actually huge, this area. Alright, keep it going. All the way down to there. Bend us right round. Then we'll go back to snapping. All the way up. And then 4.6 KT. That's a large area. That's got to be our biggest one to date, right? Oh, I don't know. That one's... Oh, no. There's two together there, isn't there? That's got to be not far... If that's not our biggest one, that's got to be not far off our biggest one. Right, so we've got to do electricity. So we'll upgrade the highway road here. But I don't know if that is enough to pass over... the electricity. Has he got electricity? I think it's just sewage now, isn't it? Yeah, electricity's now flowing. Sewage, we'll grab from there and then hook up directly to there. That's all then connected. And wow, 407 employees can work here. That rivals this. Oh, that's it's gonna need its own bus route. I mean, that's actually not a bad idea, actually. I mean, how much does this provide? 264. Adding in our own bus routes. These are all now getting bigger and bigger. But a lot of people are going to get over here, aren't they? I'm not sure where they choose to park. I'm not sure how that's going to work. People are on the way right now. Are you coming to work here? Where do you park? Okay, you park at the building. Nice. Nice. That's a lot of jobs. A lot of jobs right now. So that handles a lot of unemployment. It gives us a lot of work for the is it poorly educated, the jobs? The jobs are mainly uneducated, a bit of poorly educated, but mainly uneducated, which actually is a big thing for us. Giving us the uneducated jobs. Entry level, boys. Entry level. Right, that's really increased our exports now, hasn't it? Oh, the switch on we just unlocked. Nice. Yeah, that's really increased it. Right. Not too shabby over here. I love the spiral it does. I don't know what it is about it, but I just really, really like it. I do really like it. Right, still not enough customers, boys. Not enough customers. Average wealth. expensive. Southwest, a little bit of skyscrapery. Not too many. 3x2, 3x2. Alright, gives us a little bit of space. Hopefully not too big. And then back to them. I don't want to do mixed housing. But I'm going to fill all this in here. And to there. And that's giving Sycamore a lot more people. 7,400 now at this point. Right, one of the commercial places just stopped complaining. That's good to see. That's I can't believe how many people are working here. And it's filled all the jobs as well, which is even wilder. So that is a lot. I mean, it's just level 1. It's still got a level up yet as well. Holy moly. Now, do I build a little bit of industry around here, or do I keep Oak Bay free of the industry? It's a bit of a tough one, isn't it? I'm not really too sure what to be doing about it. I'm not too sure. But another thought process is, would you guys think it's beneficial to run a little bit of a small ferry line into Sycamore? Or would you find it beneficial to build a ferry line back and forth to the industrial area for a bit of public transport? Now, our buses, they do stop here, so I could build a little bit of a ferry port here. Would that be a good idea? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I think having one going back and forth there could be good to get them to and from work, because there is a lot of jobs here. There's 2,700 jobs just in this vicinity alone. And it could be a good way to kind of get people back and forth if they live in Sycamore, work over here. Or do you reckon it's time I think about maybe extending the train tracks to eventually now connecting back up? So many decisions. We've got so many decisions to kind of think about now. Yeah. Right, so those buildings weren't too big. That's all good. We'll add a few little trees to where we need to right now. So we get those beautiful oak. Go big or go home. Add a few... Oh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. All in the little nooks and crannies. We add in a few trees to fill up the area. This is Woodville, boys. They do live in a forest. There we go. Few little gaps there. And some just there as well. Nice. Right, really bulking that area up. Still not enough customers apparently for this store over here. I would have thought with all the new people that have moved in recently, that would have solved some of those issues. But apparently not. They're walking over back and forth. Do you think it would be beneficial to run, thinking about it, a path? Just to be able to, so if they're like over here, I mean, then again, also, it could be beneficial to run. This going down there. Connection there. Give us more walkability, more access. I feel like that's a better connection there than this road. This path, sorry. Because then all of a sudden, you live in here, need to get to the bus station. It's a straight bam, 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 bam there. Whereas before it was Walk down here, turn to walk back up. There. Now that's a lot more accessible, isn't it? That does become a lot more accessible. And that's what we're all about, boys. Accessibility. Accessibility right now in Sycamore. Right. This is not looking too bad. I'm just making sure that I don't do too much where it cause issues. There's a lot of traffic now leading around here. I don't know whether it will be beneficial to also maybe actually link up this road. So if I came out by a little bit there and then down, just throw it in to give us an alternative route. It might not be the best of routes, and that might be scaling some serious hills. I don't like how that works. City Skylines 1 was so much better. But it alleviates the roundabouts a bit more. But I also think we need to take a look at bulking up the roundabout with a bit of a 4-lane road on the approach. So you got your dedicated turns. And it pretty much puts 2 vehicles at once through the junction, if that's what you want to kind of call it. So that's instantly kind of cleared a large portion of it. But it's weird how these guys are using the right lane to go straight ahead. It would have been beneficial to... I mean, we could also create some slingshots, but it's not the end of the world. That literally just solved that little issue there. We're now getting twice as many vehicles going through the junction. Also, every vehicle that drives down here is one less one going through the roundabout. So that's a little bit... It's the small little things, isn't it, you gotta do? The small little victories. Has that now got more goods? I don't think it gets a lot of these goods. It might be that it just doesn't need them. I'm not too sure. But where's this one? This has got a few here that we kind of need. We need to import more stuff. We might actually just need to be importing more stuff. How full is a cargo ship on the way in? You could argue that's pretty full to the brim. What about the ones that come over here? That's not. That's about to export some wood. Kind of forgot about this. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should have made that new place go to the harbour. Cargo train. I've moved it there instead. So the one that gets to Oak Bay now comes from the actual harbour down here. I know we got a harbour there. But I just want to see if it then does anything different. We're now exporting electronics, apparently. I want to see if it does anything different with the ships then coming in over time. Could be interesting. It could be interesting. But having that road there is a more direct route than for the stuff over on this side. So again, that works out really well. Everything just seems to be falling into place, doesn't it? Right, unemployment then. 2.8%. So it's starting to increase. It is starting to increase. I'm going to do some more Southwest mixed residential and commercial. Let's just do a little bit dotted around there. So some houses and some jobs. Think we'll be okay. Right. Slight improvements, but they're going to make a world of a difference for us moving forward in Woodville. They really are. Now, it looks like we got a little bit of traffic issue over here. I think it might have actually been a crash that I was witnessing, or is it actual traffic? There's a lot of vehicles entering from this area. Okay. I wonder why. Where are you all going? Destination? Oh, it's the people just moving into the new zoning I've just built. Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, panic over. Panic over, boys. Panic over. Well, that's bringing in a lot of goods right now. Why are we importing raw resources? But bringing in a lot of goods. So I think having the train now run down to the harbour means it's going to get the actual goods that it's got a deficit for. Rather than waiting for the plane, because the plane can only carry so much. You know, the tonnage on the plane is quite low compared to the ships. The ships carry 10 times more, you know. For every ship journey, the plane has to do 10 journeys. Right, we got traffic over here? Yeah, we kind of do. We kind of do right now. And where are they heading to? Again, is it just the initial people moving in? Probably. Probably. But I think we need to figure out some alternative routes to getting in and out of the region. As we build more and more around here right now, these other areas do become a little bit more appealing. Right, a little bit more appealing rather than just the base one over there. But things are looking good. Things are looking beautiful. We are making some huge investments right now, which are paying off pretty nice. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please smash the like button down below. Until next time I see you all soon, so goodbye.